Sorry, you can't be bringing alcohol.
I know.
Jarhead.
Okay, you're live.
Right. Bonowitz, Planning and Zoning, City of West Tawakoni, Place 3. Chairmaning this meeting for tonight. Our other chairman has resigned, so I'd like to call the meeting to order. It is 6:02, and today is March 4th. 3rd, March 3rd. Gonna have an attendance call. Why don't you state your name, give yourself 30 seconds of who you are, and we'll proceed. So place 1.
All right, my name's Bill Creek. I've lived here over 40 years. I've been the chairman of the board for the city park, been on city council. And is that how you said it?
That's good enough.
Oh, I used to own CompuDoc computers, so I had that for 20 years and that's it.
Place 2, please.
I'm Sheila Purvis. I'm kind of new in the area, been here about 4 years. I'm a local realtor and I've been on here about 6 months.
Place 3, Chris Bonowitz. I've been in Tawakoni now 23 years. Love it here, great place. Moved here from Arkansas. I've been on the city council a couple terms years ago. I was a school teacher. I had my own contracting business for many years. Have a degree in resource conservation and land use planning and an education degree. And I love warping the minds of young children.
Me too.
Okay, place 5. I've been in the city for about 1.5 years. I've been working in the corporate America for 25 years. Here I manage the golf club.
My name's
Just it.
my name's Sharon Cunningham. If I have a place number, I haven't been told yet.
It's the next thing.
Oh,
6.
6? Okay, so I guess I'm place 6. I've lived in Texas since '79. My husband and I bought with Bob and Nancy Dotson Anchor in Marina back in '97. I kept my corporate job up until almost 2 years ago today, when the world changed with COVID, and Hertz, who I was working for up until then, 90% of their business went away. So they didn't need an industrial engineer during the pandemic. And so I've been an industrial engineer my whole career, 40 years. Worked for a lot of different corporations. And since COVID started, I've also learned the day-to-day business operation of our marina. I had never been involved into the day-to-day. I was just the corporate secretary up until COVID. So it's been an interesting last 2 years.
Well, my name is Rhett Byers. I am probably by far I may be the newest person in the city. I got here on December 8th of 2021. And during my time of kind of tearing my house apart, I got to know my neighbors pretty good. And I was asking, I was kind of feeling out the area for what I could do for surface work. I've always been involved in surface work since I became a Marine out of high school. And I've done everything from project management to many different types of engineering within the corporate world. I worked for Intel for 13 years before I left to go down to Costa Rica in 2008 or 2009. And I was there for 12 years. And I always told my family, said, if we ever go back to the States, so one state I'll go to. And that's where I'm here. Lots of background behind that.
So you use a Marine?
Yes.
Oh, thank you for service.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, so, I don't think we have any minutes to review and pass from the last meeting.
I sent them, I asked them to send it to you, so that's, I guess we'll just have to table it this time.
Could I get a motion
I
to,
make a motion to table.
Second.
all in favor?
Uh,
Citizen input. Addie, I know you have a lot to run. Get off the moon.
Oh, wait, what?
Citizen, is there any citizens here that would like to ask?
No, I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad that it's open to the public, and I really want to thank each and every one of you for putting yourself out and joining this panel. It's very, very important, and we need it. I belong to the Hunt County Planning and Zoning Commission, and I'm the ambassador for the, I can't even.
Chamber of Commerce
The Chamber of Commerce.
on the EDC.
Yeah, and I'm on the EDC here in West Tawakoni.
Very good.
So I'm very interested in what's going on. Thank you for allowing us here.
All right, let's go to new business. We're going to discuss and take action on appointing places for the new planning and zoning members.
I'm not real sure.
I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. Let's,
What I've done in the past, if it gives you, any help at all, is, everybody get well, first you do it, first, like the chairman's first. And you get everybody around on a piece of paper, the votes or whatever, and kind of narrow it down a little bit, unless there's someone that might be interested in being the chairman.
I'll make a motion to follow to be the chairman.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Second, from what I heard.
There you go.
Are you abstaining, Chris?
But Chris, we got new people here
Yeah.
yeah, but see, Bill's got more experience than me with the,
well, then, let's go for a few weeks or a month
the
or something.
EDC.
I would say, can you make it a temporary
Hey,
timeline?
I just want to do this. That's what I'm, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, is it appropriate to make it a temporary position then, and as some of us learn to kind of
Well-
find out what's going on, or would that impede the?
You can, do an interim,
Okay, if you'll rephrase your motion and use that word interim.
I was gonna use that on me. Okay, I make,
So we've got to.
We already passed it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we've got to undo it, right? Because it's already passed.
No,
and you
never
made-
mind.
you made the mistake.
yeah, there you go.
Okay, and so Bill made the motion. Who seconded? I missed that.
Sure.
Oh,
she
it's
left.
Sharon.
Just making sure.
Sharon.
Thank you.
It's gonna take me a minute. In
All right.
seconds, I'll forget it anyway.
All those in favor?
Ah.
We already go.
Oh,
You were the only one that didn't raise your hand. Okay.
motion passes. All right.
And the rest of the places, does it really matter?
We'll probably need a pro tem eventually.
Yeah, vice chair.
So it's a co-chair, secretary.
Yeah, co-chair.
Yeah, and those are the only three, but
Oh,
he's
okay.
currently,
He's
James is
currently
currently
James,
the
yeah, so you only need a co-chair.
secretary, so it's just the co-chair.
All right. So the mayor has asked us to address our needs on the commission and become more familiarized with what the codes are, who we can reach to for resources. And he's proposed a meeting with our planning and zoning experts. The name is
Bureau Veritas.
Bureau Veritas. Now they're willing to come and conduct some classes. In the next 2 weeks, they have time open Monday or Tuesday through Friday.
Yeah.
In the daytime. Is everybody okay with taking a couple hours off some day of the week? I'm retired.
I'm good. I'm retired.
Wednesday's the
Unemployed.
easiest day for me, but I can certainly do it in the afternoon on other days.
Well, let's just do it on Wednesday. It's good for me.
No, that's cool. You can't, you're running the golf. I would say Tuesday or Thursday afternoon would be really good.
Then when you say afternoon, you like 1, 2.
Yeah, give us an idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's work.
This week.
No, no,
Next
no.
week.
This would be either next week or week after. I had the guy give me his schedule. So there's only one of him and a bunch, 5 or 6 of y'all. So I got his schedule and when he'll be open, which is a Tuesday through Friday for the next 2 weeks. It may be 3 or 4 weeks. He doesn't have something going every day. But this Bureau Veritas, Quinlan, these all kinds of cities using from Quinlan to East Tawakoni to major metropolis cities and everything like that. These people have their own, each person has their own niche. For instance, the guy that's gonna come out here and do just a basic P&Z class for a couple of hours, he's been in the business for 20 or 30 years. And this place is a company that they put their career on the line for many years and they decided to retire. So it's their semi-retirement job. They don't work 8 to 5 every day. They work as needed. They're everybody from the planning and zoning guy. We have a fire marshal that's with them. They also do our inspections. They do our inspections, which includes site plan evaluations and things like that. They assisted us in the wagon wheel thing that went on the week before Christmas. We put together a whole team to go over there and address potential code violations for the wagon wheel because they don't have a CO. We all know what the history is there, and we're trying to move forward into having that place brought up to code.
He's the guy that talked the other day. He's the guy that spoke the other day.
At the city council.
Yeah, at the city council meeting. He got up and spoke. He was talking about the wagon wheel and all that.
He was from.
Was he here? His name
Yeah.
was,
He was from Veritas.
Him and the chief of police were.
Lawrence, the guy named Lawrence, gray hair, beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Lawrence. He's kind of the ringleader, I guess, so to speak. But they've even got a fire marshal that specializes in that. They got everything. They cover every aspect of it. It's going to be a better deal for the city because they don't charge us for re-inspections. Whereas the other company, it seemed like every inspection they went on, they found fault and had to come back for re-inspection numerous times. Leanne can attest to that. So it really is a big deal for us. With everything, the growth and everything that's going on, it gives us a little bit more clout, so to speak, that, we've got the right people in place to do those things. And I think it'd be very beneficial. Who I'm expecting to show up for that is you guys, a couple of ladies in the office, maybe any council members that want to attend, just to have a basic class. I foresee it as being as many as 2 or 3 different classes over a period of time, depending on how much he can cover in 2 hours.
So you'll make arrangements with Veritas and then email us what day he's able to come.
Yeah.
Tuesday or Thursday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Next week, is that good?
Could be next week or.
If y'all are okay with next week, I'll call and put it on there, at least.
Next week.
1 o'clock on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday?
Any day.
Any day.
Well, we'll have to pick one. Let's go with Thursday.
Okay, Thursday.
We'll let the Veritas guy, on his schedule, figure out. Because it doesn't matter to me or doesn't sound like it matters.
At what time?
1.
1.
And it's potluck.
Okay. I'll be in touch with him tomorrow and get it set up and then let everybody know. Do you have everyone's email address?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get you to send out the email to them. Cause I don't think I can do that. I mean,
Yeah, I got it. All right, so that's good, we get that scheduled. Item numbers.
Excuse me, before you move on, I think there's a couple of things that would be good before we had the education, that if we had copies of so that we could read. I know I went out onto the state of Texas site and there is a ordinance, law, whatever you call it, for the state of Texas, that establishes what planning and zoning can do.
absolutely right.
And then in the city of Tawakoni's book of ordinances, there is an ordinance that establishes what in the city of Tawakoni, planning and zoning can do. And I think it would probably be good if we all read that sort of as background before we went into Veritas. So we'd at least know what the jargon was. Have I read, now I have read Tawakoni's when I was in here looking for something else. I haven't read the states. I downloaded it. I saved as a PDF on my computer, but
I think the state's a little easier to read, and that was gonna be my point on number 7.
oh, I'm sorry.
So that's all right. That's a good idea.
I've got to get a couple more, I gotta get a few more books together. Right now, we need 3, right?
I think so. Let's move on to 7. Commissioners' announcements and requests for items to be included at the next agenda. So
Okay. I'm sorry. So are we deciding on a co-chair? Because I know we never did a co-chair, and it also says on number 6 to discuss and take action. So we have to make some kind of motion.
We did on.
No, well, no, I know so number 5 is the discussion and take action on appointing the places. So that was chairman, co-chairman we haven't done, and then discussion and take action. We're gonna have to do something on the Bureau Veritas. So we've got to have a motion on that too. So just
Okay.
as the way it's reading.
Yeah,
So-
she's right.
Well,
Thank you for getting
we
this
make a
straight.
motion
I'm trying.
that, I'll make a motion
Okay.
that we keep the secretary the same.
Okay.
I second.
I would say change, let's change it.
I'm sorry you didn't get a vote.
you seem to take such great notes.
Right.
See, I haven't done anything. I don't really have a lot of time either. Somebody else can do it.
Hold up your paper. James, hold it up. Okay. Now you hold up your paper.
There's nothing on it. So,
Well,
just, if somebody else can do it, let's do it.
I used to do it and I never ever had to do it because we had, Leanne here.
do you want to do it?
Are you looking at me?
Yes, ma'am.
And
'Cause you-
not unless somebody else, I mean, if I'm.
We'll
the
just
only
leave
choice.
James. Let's just leave James a second. All right. I
Are
need,
we unanimous? Are we gonna
I'll-
vote?
okay.
Because we got a motion and a second on the
Motion to-
table.
Entertain a motion for James to remain secretary.
Already did that.
Yeah.
And he seconded it.
All in
Yes.
favor?
Sorry.
All opposed?
Are you just
Abstaining.
abstaining?
He's
We'll
abstaining.
leave it like that. For
Okay.
the time being, we can change it.
He's the intern.
Well, I feel like once we, get into it, maybe at this little tour, I don't think a 2-hour class is gonna be enough for what we need, where we need to be. In my mind, I'm thinking more 2 or 3 little classes
Yeah.
that goes a little further in depth with it, would be beneficial. This first one would just be, just the basics. And then if I can't get the books, out in time, it would still be beneficial. And the next time we'd have books that we could read over and then have another class like in another month. Have a class in a month. We'll spread it out over a month's time. And then, by then you'll have a lot of questions, and be able to really participate.
Does the Veritas training group have a recommendation on how long it takes to give the recommended training needed?
No, there's no statutes or anything like that. It would just be a kind of a familiarization class of what P and Z is, what P and Z should be looking at and doing, what all it encompasses and things like
And then
that.
during the course of that,
No, there's no real.
Mayor.
We only got an hour here.
Leanne, I'm sorry, let's go back to 5. I'd like to make a motion based on his experience to co-chair be Bill.
I knew that was.
That's
Oh.
okay. Are you seconded?
All
So
in favor?
Brett seconded, right?
All in favor.
All in favor?
I did not raise.
Okay, so you abstain, got it. Are you gonna say nay? Are you against, or you gonna just
Oh, I'm
abstain?
totally against.
You're against, okay.
Thank you. That motion passes.
Now, what do we gotta make a motion on the bear?
Zero Veritas.
Yeah, do we finalize say we're gonna meet next Thursday at 1 o'clock?
We don't have the time that they can actually, they might not be able to come on a Tuesday or Thursday. I don't know.
He said Tuesday through Friday anytime.
So,
Okay,
let's make it,
Motion, and if it can't happen, we'll readjust.
Well, then,
That's
yeah,
fine.
then I'll be back in touch with everybody
Yeah.
and let everybody know, but I just talked to him this morning.
entertain a motion. Back to 6. Entertain a motion to schedule project, not project.
That's what I was thinking.
Zero Veritas.
Zero Veritas. For a educational seminar
Mhm.
on Thursday, the 12th.
That's a good question.
Thursday next week.
No, no, oh, yeah.
and she said that nobody listened to it.
I know.
It's either not, the 10th.
Thursday's the 10th. All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
So I was about to say,
He
who
made
made,
the motion. And he was talking about.
Oh,
so he made the motion, who seconded
I
it?
did.
Okay,
All in favor? Aye.
gotcha, all right.
All right. Sorry about that. 7, commissioners' announcements and requests for items to be included on the next agenda. I like what you're talking about reading or planning and zoning. I've looked at it. Leanne, I think can verify for me, but it's like flip flop, where's this back and forth? My idea is to find a cooperating, helpful other municipality that has a easy to follow, all the state guidelines, all the, they might not include all of it, but everything we would want in our ordinances, and see if we can get their blessing to borrow their a little more organized P and Z handbook.
BV will be able to help us with that. BV, Bureau Veritas. We just kind of got around here, it's BV, because they do all our inspections and everything.
I find what you were shuffling through hard to
Oh,
figure out where to go.
it's not.
It's a huge problem and I'm aware of it. It needs to be addressed. I'm almost to the level of thinking that we just need to start scratch again. And because even the people in the office, there's no simple way. It needs to be recodified. The whole manual does. And our goal is to have it on the website, to rebuild the website, have the ordinances and zoning requirements and stuff on the website so that anybody can just go through, including our people in the office, can go and look at that stuff and not have to go page to page because it's the most confusing book I've ever seen. It makes it very difficult to read and comprehend because there's no order to it at all.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, do we have a good example of what ours should look like?
Well, see, we're talking about going to the city of Quinlan during one of their P and Zs
Mhm.
and just sitting in the audience listening
Right.
and try to figure out exactly how they're doing everything. Obviously, they're doing something right. They got distance.
I think, Bureau
They have-
Veritas
they have
probably
natural
have,
gas.
some of the best.
Huh?
They have gas.
They have.
Yeah, BB will
Yeah,
have,
one of the,
they'll have some other cities that they deal with. They can get us those.
I
Right.
don't know if Quinlan is good or not, right? But they would, at least Bureau of Veritas would know. Wherever.
Two of the suburbs, 'cause I've driven in all parts of Dallas and worked in a lot of different suburbs in Dallas. And two of the suburbs in the Metroplex that impressed me that went from basically prairie to a city were Capel and South Lake. I think it might be interesting, and there could be others. I mean, look at what happened
Look
to,
at Frisco.
look at Frisco. I mean, Frisco went from farmland to a big city. Princeton is going through it. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't recognize Princeton. Those are the ones that pop into my mind. But if
Royce
we
City's
reached
doing
out
that right now.
into, good Lord, Royce City's changing. It's,
Yep.
you know, it would be interesting to look and see how they did their planning and zoning. You know, they had to do something right to have the success in those cities that they had.
So you was talking about doing the reading at the next meeting?
No, it's just,
Centipede
Is that what
radio.
I thought you meant? Because I was gonna say we already,
we can look at ours. I think everybody already agrees that it's a very confusing notebook of rules and regulations. I was just, if we could individually investigate where we could get a copy of some municipality that's doing it like we would like, and then you said Veritas would help with that too.
Yeah.
My point is like, we need to revamp our code book and from the beginning, just like the mayor suggested, because it's a tough read and hard to find what you're looking for.
For anybody, even for developers or contractors that come in, that's got years and years of experience, they have a hard time doing the same thing. Leanne can attest to that as well. We have to be careful that we don't look at cities that are home rule charters. That would do us no good because
What's the difference?
well, when the population is 5,000 or more, the city can elect. It's a referendum that's done by ballot that the citizens can choose to change to a home. We're a general law city, which we're restricted by state codes. A home rule charter, basically, they make their own laws. I mean, in a nutshell, that's what it is. They can do a lot more than what we can, but you have to have a minimum of 5,000 people population in order to do that. Some people are okay with home rule charters, some aren't. I mean, it's gonna depend on the citizens when and if we ever get to that
Okay,
plateau.
so we need to look for comparables for cities that are not home rule.
Yeah.
Under 5,000 people.
Yeah, general law cities, and we're a type A city.
Yeah, I was gonna say general law.
And like I say, BV will be able to help us out with that.
So that's down the road. I don't feel there needs to be a motion or anything, but it's like in the future, that's what 7 said, discuss about what we want to talk about here
Yeah.
coming up. As far as I know, Leanne, there's no pending variances or anything like that.
Not that I'm aware of.
No, there is no.
I would like to add the meeting minute approval for 11/4 of 2021 and 1/6/2022 for the next meeting. Be sure that we put those on there.
There's one in August also that's been missed.
Let's see, hang on.
July or August.
Okay, I think we approved
make a
that.
note of
I
that,
just
'cause-
have to.
Cause I'll forget. Oh,
I just remember seeing that little note that you put in there that said
So-
release these but haven't been approved.
so January 6th, and what else?
No, 11/4/2021.
Oh, okay.
And then January 6th, 2022.
November 4th, and then what?
And January 6th, 2022, correct.
6th, and then what date? August 4th was in question?
And there's a month in August that's in question, you and I will do.
Okay,
We'll have to
okay.
go back and look at it.
That
Okay.
could be one that we didn't have a meeting.
It could have been, yeah.
I
But
think
she
we were
had put
caught
a
up.
note to kind of remind herself, to.
If I remember, we were caught up, except for like the January meeting.
And then I also knew about the November, because we had tabled that from the previous meeting that we did have, so.
Okay,
So that'll be on the agenda next week.
okay.
Do I need to put a motion on that?
No, this is just discussion. It doesn't have anything about take action. It's just commissioner announcements and requests for items to be added to the agenda, so.
Any other? What happened?
I think you won.
You're slotting
That happened to me.
Will you dedicate it to the roads?
Somehow, there it goes. I'm sorry about that.
He's playing the sing out slot.
911 will be calling me pretty soon.
Trifecta.
I apologize.
Yeah.
See, there's 911.
Uh-oh.
I apologize for hitting the wrong number. Thank you. Just have you're gonna disconnect. That's the entertainment for this evening.
Well, I shut up when I did.
I'm just gonna power it off. Where was I? Not as part of the meeting, but I was sitting somewhere very, very important, more important than this. And I was like, I think it's when I went to the, when the lieutenant governor was up in Greenville last week. I was sitting up there while Paxton was talking. And I was trying to take a picture and whatever, and swiped it the wrong way and hit the emergency button. In Hunt County 911's calling me.
Oh, gosh.
So my apologies. That's why I'm a big fan of books and pencils and rotary dials.
I really think these, a class or classes is gonna help everybody, bring everybody up to speed on the same level. I'm really looking forward to that, because the guy he doesn't even have to look at a book. He knows it so well. It's just very good. So I'll
After
take
listening to him
a look.
speak last week, I can feel with a lot of confidence that he would add a lot of value. I can tell that he would speak everything very, very well.
Any other ideas that we need to address in the future? Okay, motion to adjourn then. Oh, you missed public input, but we will make a exception from that.
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you for coming and visiting us. Motion to adjourn,
I'll make the motion with Jim.
all in favor?
Yeah, I appreciate it. This was a 30-minute deal. I didn't think it would take very long.
6:34.
Well, except for my 5-minute 911.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just will help get us on the right track and everything.
No, that was perfect.
And Chris has done